Yo, what's going on, everyone? Today I really want to talk a little bit about Clubhouse and just give you sort of a tour and how I think it's great for artists and creatives. And if you don't know what Clubhouse is, it's a voice only app. It's a sort of drop-in chat app, a conversation app, but I sort of liken it to more of an interactive podcast because I like to just sometimes sit down and just listen to people talk, and I sometimes want to chime in, and you're able to chime in. So basically you're able to have conversations. So you're able to have like conversations one-on-one, or 1 to 20 people, or 1 to almost 1,000 people. And sometimes you can just sit back and listen, which is what I do a lot of times as well. But it's a really great chat app. Basically, like I said, it is voice only, so you're only able to just talk on there. You're not able to sort of sometimes just share picture like you do on Instagram. So it's a very simple app, but I think it's really great. I think it's great for artists. I think it's great for creatives. And today I'm just going to sort of share with you my experience and just show you a little behind the scenes of the app, so that you know a little bit more about what is about to come. Right now, at the time of filming this video, it is only invite. So basically you have to have an invite to join, but don't worry, you can always sign up. Right now, just download it. If you have an iPhone, it's not right now for Droids, but if you have an iPhone, you can download it, or an iPad. You can download it and actually create your account and reserve your name or handle. On top of that, if you don't have an invite and you sign up, sometimes they ping or notify the people that you may know that already are in the app, and they can sort of let you in as well. So that's another workaround if you don't have an official invite. But I think it's a great app, so definitely go download it now. And we're going to get into the tour, so I can show you exactly the behind the scenes of the app. So now that we have the app open, what you're going to see is what's really just like a home page or like an Explorer page for Instagram. Basically, this is where you can sort of just scroll and see a bunch of little squares, and each of those squares are different rooms. So that's what basically is, a conversation. So each of these rooms are in these little squares, and each square has like a little title. So at the top of this one, art world opportunities and scams, what to avoid or embrace. So basically that's the discussion that's happening in the room. And when you look at the different names, the ones at the top are the ones that are basically hosting the room, open up the room, managing the room. And below that, when you see those numbers right there, those numbers just represent how many people are in the room. So this one right here that I just rattled off is 39 people are in the room, and 12 people are on the stage. So that's basically what these little boxes sort of mean. And as you just scroll down, you can kind of see exactly all these different rooms. So I'm just going to keep scrolling all the way down. You hit the explore, and then this is going to be more rooms. So the ones at the top are sort of more catered to me based on who I follow and the interest I sort of tell the app that I have. So I love art, I love design, things like that. So those are going to be the rooms that are more towards the top. And then the ones more towards the top are also the ones that have are popular. They have a lot of people in them. And as you scroll down to the bottom, because there's a lot of rooms that you can discover, they're going to be sort of smaller rooms, more intimate rooms, things like that. So you can keep scrolling and get all the way down to the bottom, so you can see exactly the rooms that may have just started up maybe a second ago, maybe a minute ago, maybe an hour ago, but they're just kind of small, and sometimes they're outside of my interest. But that's a great way to discover great conversation. And one thing that you will notice is that because it's international, there's going to be some changing and shifting of the demographic based on the time of the day. So everyone from around the world, they're in different time zones. So when we go to sleep, a lot of people from the UK and Asia are on here. When they go to sleep, a lot of people from the US are on here, and the South America are on here. So basically you'll see a very international mix of people, but it does shift throughout the day. So we can go all the way down to the bottom, and if you don't see a room that you really like or want to get into, want to have a conversation about, and you want to start your own topic, you're always able to start a room. So all you got to do is hit that plus start a room button. down here, and then you can open up a room to the public that's open, or you can go to social, start a room with people I follow, or you can go to close, start a room with people you choose. And you can also do your club as well, start a room within a club. So I have a couple of clubs that I'm a part of. My club that I made is called the Artist Lounge, so I'm able to start a room with the people that are a part of that club or community. So that is basically something that I always advise people to do, is really just start a room and create your own conversations. And after you sort of figure out what type of room you want, you're able to just throw in a topic or a title of that room and say, you know what, this is what I want the title to be, and I want it to be about all about art, and then yay, and then start that room. And when you start a room, that will be the title of the room. People will see that title and say, you know what, this is something I want to be a part of, and click on it, and then you're in the room and you're able to start that conversation. So let's actually go into a room so that you can see exactly what the rooms look like and sort of what you're going to be experiencing and what it's all about. So right now I'm going to go into this one right here called Ethical Dilemmas in AI. One quick thing, the data and AI right above it with that greenhouse icon just means that data and AI is the club. So you can actually make clubs on Clubhouse, basically like little smaller niche communities for people to join, and then you can open up rooms under that club. So it's always related to that club. So we're going to go in here called Ethical Dilemmas in AI. So we're going to click on that, and then that warning is going to pop up, meaning that, you know, it's going to warn us that we can't share the sort of audio that is recorded from the actual screen recording. So that's why I muted it, because we don't want to invade people's privacy. So we're just basically going to just show you how it's structured. So the rooms are actually structured in two different levels. One is called the stage. Basically, you see rows with these profile pics, 3 across, and then below them down here and all the way down here are going to be 4 across profiles, 4 across. Those are people in the audience. So the stage will have people that are able to talk. So when we're in a room, when we jump into a room, we're automatically in the audience. We're not able to talk. But if we have something to say, we can always click that little hand to the bottom right to say, hey, I have something to say. I want to come up to the stage and actually talk. So let's go back up to the stage. You have the title, the top left, and then you have individuals with these green asterisks. That just means they're moderators. Either they opened up the room, or they know the person that opened up the room, and you know they're a great person to have manage the room in conversation, because it can get crazy. So these people are able to bring people up on stage to talk. They're able to send people back from the stage to the audience, or they're able to kick people out the room. So these people are the people that actually manage the room. The people up on the stage will also have what's called the mic. So basically you can see on their profile pictures that they have a microphone, and that is basically saying they're able to talk. They can turn the mic on and off. Because there's no volume, we can actually just see who's talking. They have the gray circle around their profile picture. So this will always change, and sometimes it vibrates based on how loud they're talking or the cadence of their speech and everything. There is this little party hat in some of the profile pictures. That just means they're new on Clubhouse. They've been on here for maybe a week, maybe a couple days, maybe they only been on here for an hour, but that shows up for about a week or 2 weeks, depending on how much you use it, and then it goes away. And if you ever want to ping people in a room, say the conversation is really good, you want to ping people in the room, all you got to do is hit that plus sign down here, and you're able to say, you know what, this person needs to hear this conversation. So, but we're not going to ping anyone right now. Yeah, so as you're talking in a room or listening in a room, people will go through your profile by just clicking on your picture. Let's actually go down here to mine, because I don't want to sort of go on anyone else's. So let's click on mine. So people will see my profile picture pop up, Thomas Evans, that's my handle, Detour, and then this is the start of my bio. The first 3 lines on your bio are something that everyone sees when they sort of click on your picture, and that's what's searchable as well. But if you click on your bio, you're able to expand that to the entire bio. So that is basically sort of like what I want people to know. So I just use my CV, a lot of things that I've been doing in the past when it comes to a lot of my art. So because I'm an artist, I focus on, showcasing my experience with the art. So the residencies, the festivals, and, all these different projects I've been doing. And because I'm on YouTube, a couple of YouTube videos for artists that are asking me questions, I can just tell them to look in my bio for a link. And then you have your Instagram and your Twitter able to be linkable, or clickable. So you're able to add that to the profile. Those are the only two you're able to add. And then below that, you have the person that nominated you or gave you an invite to be on the app. So people can actually see who brought you on, so that you're able to also see who's in your network as well. Down below that is actually the different communities or the clubs I'm involved with. So you can see all these different little clubs down here. Most of them are always art related for me, but there's tons of different clubs that you can get involved with. And if you click on my club, the Artist Lounge that I created, that's the first one right there. Definitely follow that if you're an artist and creative. You can kind of see that we have a club bio as well, or description as well. You can kind of see that within the club we have a ton of different rooms that we open up weekly. So I have a ton of different people that help me out with the club that are admin as well, and they help out open up rooms and sort of curate conversations and moderate conversations. So you can kind of see Women in the Arts, Tuesday 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. GMT. So basically, you have a lot of people from different places, so putting the different sort of time zone or the times in different time zones is really helpful. So you can kind of see that we also have artist resources. My battery's low, but then you can see exactly who's in the actual club. So these are the members that we have. You have 1.8 thousand members and 36.3 thousand people following the club as well. So when people join the club, they're able to see notifications of when we're opening up a room. So that is a whole new thing right there. But basically, this is what a profile picture or profile kind of looks like. You can also change up the profile pic if you want to. So I can just go here, let me pick that crazy cat right there. Let me just open it up really big. And now I have a crazy cat photo as my profile picture. This is the only way you can show images other than telling people to follow or go to your Instagram or Twitter. So a lot of times people will use their profile picture to sort of communicate a message. So let's go back to the room, and if you want to leave quietly from a room, you can just hit that leave quietly and you are out the room. So let's go all the way back to the top so I can show you some other features. At the top there's going to be a calendar as well. These are all the upcoming events. You can click this calendar as well. There's going to be a ton of upcoming events or upcoming rooms that will be opened up. You're able to see how many different topics, the type of topics you can get into, but that is basically what this calendar sort of shows you. So there's a lot of different rooms being opened up. If you go all the way to the left, you're able to discover people, more people that you want to follow that are in your sort of peer network or sort of outside your peer network. See, I know Josh, I know him, so I'm going to follow him. And then you can also go down here to find conversations about hustle, places, art. I love art. You can actually find people related to art. You can find topics to explore within the arts field, so design, fashion, books, dance, all these different things. And then you can find clubs to follow. So you can go all the way down there and just check out the different clubs. See, that one's mine right there, the Artist Lounge. But there's a ton of different clubs within that genre right there. So we can go out the Explorer page, and like I said, there's a ton of different topics for you to follow. So definitely go in there and just find people to start conversations with. And then to the right you have the notifications. Basically it's notifying me of everything that is sort of related to me or the people that I follow, the rooms that have been opened up, things like that, as well as my profile bio and everything, the top right. And then down here the bottom right is going to be these little dots and circles. That's basically telling you club activities for the club that you are involved with or members of, but also it tells you available to chat. This is basically people that are on Clubhouse at this time and what room they're in. So you can actually just go here and say, okay, Suzanne Stewart. Okay, let me see. I can actually, that button in the middle, it says join the room they're listening to. So basically you can actually jump into a room from the people you follow just by clicking on their profile when you go to this section right here and join the room that they're in or they're speaking in, things like that. So you can actually follow friends that way, because sometimes people have great conversations and they're known to have great conversations, so you can actually follow people to their different rooms. So you can see all the people that are on here at this time and sort of what they're doing. So that is the app in a nutshell. I think it's really great for a lot of creators and, you know, artists and just people part of that community, mainly because it builds community. There's a ton of different people from, you know, designers and fabricators and, you know, ceramists and photographers and collectors and buyers and museum curators and all these different people from different parts of the art world in one room talking about a similar topic. So you're able to build community with those individuals. Not only that, the proximity that you have towards, you know, the next person, because I follow a lot of people online and I sort of I'm a fan, and seeing some of the people that I follow in a room, being able to just, you know, unmic myself and talk to them, you know, that's very hard and difficult to do that on a platform like Instagram or Facebook, you know. But on Clubhouse, I'm able to just have a conversation with them, and it doesn't even have to be about art. It could be about, you know, just life in general, because every conversation doesn't have to sort of stick around, you know, the subject of the room. So you're able to get really personable with other individuals. So the proximity that you have with some of these people in different parts of the art world is phenomenal. Like I said, I'm able to talk to an interior designer about how do I get my work in front of you, you know, how do I show you my work, and then they're sort of looking at my profile, following me on Instagram, checking that out, and actually having a conversation with me. You know, I'm able to do that to collectors and gallery owners and things like that. I actually had my first group show in Atlanta through Greg Mike from ABV Gallery. So we connected on here. We knew of each other for a while, but never had the opportunity to say hello. But on the app, we got to sort of connect, and then I was in his recent show. So basically, you're able to have that proximity with people and connect in a very, very genuine way. So I think a lot of artists can really benefit from that, because we already try to do that, you know, when we go to gallery openings or when we sort of visit sort of another artist in their studio or a curator, things like that. But on this app, you're able to do that all in a nutshell, and it's not awkward because we've been isolated for a long time, so people really want to talk and really want to connect. And not only that, you're able to connect with people outside of your network, outside of your own country, and, you know, continent. You're able to talk to people in Japan, you know, Singapore, Russia, China, you know, Buenos Aires, you know, London, all these different places, all on one app in real time. So you're able to have that genuine connection with people across the world that you would probably, like I said, never have had, you know, with Instagram or Facebook or another app. And I'm zoomed out right now, so I can't do any more zooms, but this is more natural. This is something I think a lot of artists and creatives can really jump on. So hopefully this video helped out, and I will see you next time. Peace.